You know, when you were confirmed as OMB director, it was 96-0. And when I've read that, I thought, you know, the climate is so different today. I just wondered how specifically in the current climate the university is dealing, you think we should deal with DACA and with Title IX, given that there have been some other policies put forward in the new administration.
So connecting to that issue of that confirmation and that time, it comes back to some of the questions about making sure that you pause and you listen. And I'm sure you can imagine that when I had those roles as OMB director or Secretary of Health and Human Services, I had differing points of view than members that I was talking to or being with. And a big part of it gets to the fundamental of respect and how one engages and interacts. And I think that's important in the current context. With the specific issues you've raised, DACA and Title IX, it does come to a little bit of Solomon's question in terms of, I think it's actually very important that we express our point of view. And so on DACA have been very clear with regard to where this university stands. We understand that and are hopeful that legislation will be passed, or hopeful that the administration will pull back from the March deadline if it is not passed, that we support the position of where DACA is now, and we will do everything we can to support and protect our students. And so I think articulating our point of view is one of the important things we can do. Similarly with Title IX. So the question is, what will the new regulations hold in the space of Title IX? I think we know that the issues that Title IX recognizes with regard to sexual harassment and difficulties on our campuses are very, very real. And I think American University has taken those very seriously. You all may know in the last month we actually received an award as a university for the work that we've done to advance. And when the questions about what will happen on Title IX and what will the new regulations say, when that came out, I think we don't know what the new regulations will say, but I think the one thing we know and are committed to as a university is we're on a path and we are making progress, and we will stay on that path in terms of making sure that we as a community educate about these issues, recognize these issues, create spaces for people to go who are suffering from those issues, and that we have clear, fair processes that process these issues. And so our commitment, and I think that's what's important in this, where we're seeing lots of changes, to make sure we know where we are and trying to communicate that as clearly as we can with our community.